Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Pillow Lava. It's been a while. This is the introduction to a series I'm going to be making over the next 15, 16 weeks-ish. I'm hoping to have daily videos out on it, but that is not a promise, unfortunately. This series is going to be about a mod that I'm working on, and have already published, actually, called Rocks Done Right. You can find a link to them on the description. I'll show some screenshots throughout the video. Essentially, the premise is that I'm adding geologically plausible types of stone to the game. And so I've added mudstone, limestone. I've renamed some of the existing blocks in the game. I've retextured some of the existing blocks to be more realistic, or at least subtly more realistic. Eventually I'll hopefully loop back around and update them to be more realistic. For the record, I've not worked on it in 2025 at all. I don't think. Maybe I have, but this series is going to be my focus on adding soils, good soils, realistic soils to the game. And it'll be kind of an overview of my process in researching and learning about soils, and I'll kind of come back to report what I've found and how my process works a little bit. Ultimately, I've got a plan on what I'm doing and how I'm going to do it, but it's not like I don't know exactly what I'm adding yet because I haven't done the research. And I'm hoping the research can be a big part of the devlog itself, because I have to fill a lot of time with it. So, as far as the pieces of the puzzle, so to speak, that I have planned, it's actually not going to start with soils at all. We're going to start with making a new tool, a new Python script, for those of you who are interested in learning a little bit of Python. I'm not going to be teaching Python, for the record. You're going to have to find another video series to learn that. But I'm going to go over kind of my process researching a new mathematical algorithm. The objective is to create a Python script that is capable of taking the file that is responsible for determining which biomes spawn where. It's a 6-dimensional noise map. Each biome is defined as a rectangular, hyperrectangular prism in that 6-dimensional space. So when you have a value coming out of each of those noise maps, you then put that value into the 1, or I guess it's 2 by 2 by 2-ish hyperrectangular, or 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 hyperrectangular prism. Find that position, look for that position in the file, and that will tell you what biome spawns at that location. It's a whole thing. That's going to be part 1, is learning a mathematical algorithm to interface with it, so you can add a new rectangular prism, break up all the old rectangular prisms so that there's no overlap. Maybe you don't have to do that. Honestly, you might not. I wanted to make this tool, and I think it'll be useful for future, especially if I want to port this to new versions, which I do. Excuse me. And then we have the actual soils. I'm going to be getting into how do soils form, and how do soils change over time. And those are going to be 2 big research questions. And I'm going to be doing secondhand research, going into academic journals and finding relevant papers and reading them, and I'll come back and report some of my findings, and I'll talk about kind of some of my process in doing that. And I'll show you kind of how I'm tracking all of that, and how I'm logging, and how I'm learning, how I'm ensuring that I'm learning. And then we have a big piece of how is soil categorized. How do we know a soil is a certain type, or how do we describe what is in a soil? And it seems like there's multiple ways of doing that, so we'll see how that goes. But ultimately, we're going to take that new understanding of how soils are categorized, and we're going to look at each of the biomes in Minecraft, what their climate is, how much biological activity there is, how much sunlight, what temperature variability happens, etc., etc. And we will be using that to determine what soil type is likely to spawn in that region. We'll fill out a big table to show which of the soil types we learn about, which of the soil types that exist, are soil types that will spawn in Minecraft, or at least. Oh, and also what the parent rock. That's very, very important. What stone type is this soil coming from? Very important. Going to be determining which soils spawn in which biomes, and then from there, these soils don't exist in Minecraft, so we're going to have to build textures. We're going to have to draw up textures for them, which will be a process. It'll be simple, it'll be repetitive, but that's okay. Then we're actually going to pick up Rock Sunlight. We're going to take the mod, the code behind the mod, and we're going to be adding these soils into the game. It shouldn't really take that long, hopefully, because a lot of it's generated, a lot of it's automatically built. We just tell the game, hey, this is a copy of dirt. It's going to be very similar to dirt. It's a lot of the same properties. You can right-click to turn it into farmland. Haven't decided what that's going to mean, but right-click with a hoe to turn into farmland, right-click with a shovel to turn it into a path block, which I think is a thing that you can do. And you can place, plants on it. But also it's going to have this texture. Maybe I'll vary the hardness of the block, I'm not sure. We'll see how many different soil types we add. Each one's going to be put into Minecraft, and then you can find in the creative inventory, place in the world. Nothing super crazy there. And then we'll have a big step where we actually take these new soil types and we put them into what's called the surface builder of Minecraft. We're going to make the blocks spawn in the world. And so different biomes the biomes that we have decided are going to spawn different soil types will actually spawn the soil types. And that will be the big finale of the project, is I'm going to release an update to the mod which has the new soil types. This is one of many updates that I want to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all of them. Well, I probably won't be able to do all of them, but I would like to do many of these updates. I'll add the soils. I want to add new building blocks. That's not within the scope of this project. Let's see, what else do I have written down? It's not here. I don't have it open right now. There's a bunch of updates I want to add. And then eventually, once I've got kind of the major feature updates in place, I'm going to do a big session, hopefully. I would like to, not I'm going to. I would like to do a big session of porting Rock Sunlight to 1.21 versions. Hopefully 1.20 versions is feasible. I don't know if I can do 1.19, 18, 17, 16. I might not be able to do 16. I can do some of those, though. I can do some of those. There's just, each of those has a bunch of little changes, and some of them have really weird formatting. The earlier versions is a mess. It's a mess. But, that's what this series is going to be about. Low effort, because I will not have time to edit these. I will not have time to edit these. I wish I did. I wish I could, go in and do the whole thing. It takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of time. It's not gonna happen. Nonetheless, I think it'll be a fun project, and I'm excited to see where it goes, how it works. I will be doing this whole project. I will be releasing an update to the mod that has the new soil types spawning in the world. If I don't, that's a problem. Whether or not I'm able to make video documentation of all of the steps, I would like to. I will video document as many as I can, and upload as many as I can. I cannot promise I'll be able to do weekly uploads like I would like to. And even if I do, some of the weeks are going to have very basic kinda videos. There'll be a couple minutes of hey, here's some of the stuff I went over, here's the plans of what I want to add to the game, or what I might add to the game. depending on what is feasible in the game, or what's feasible in the biomes that exist, and the stone types that exist, and etc., etc. Of course, you don't know everything. So some of the videos will be short. If it's weekly, some of the videos are definitely going to be short. But I'd still like to video document as much as I can, because that's a part of the project as I would like to have it. So hopefully you're excited. Hopefully you can learn a thing or two about modding Minecraft. It's not really an introduction. It's not really an introductory course to modding Minecraft, and it's not even really a course. But hopefully it's valuable. If you find it interesting, if you want to stick around and see what's going on, feel free to subscribe. It's up to you. But I'll be here. I'll be making little devlogs. Sorry I haven't been uploading very much, but that's I've got a life to live, and I've got stuff to do, and YouTube is not always a priority in that endeavor. So hopefully you understand. Have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you next week.